everyone. Welcome to Inside Winston Cup Racing. Today we're in Charlotte, North Carolina at Sunbelt Video, which is the headquarters of Inside Winston Cup Racing. Next Sunday, we will begin our updates, pre-race, and our post-race updates. We had a lot of comments from those last year, and evidently you fans enjoyed them, and we certainly enjoyed bringing them to you, so be sure to join us then. Well, on today's program, we'll talk to Jeff Bodine about bobsleds. We'll also visit with Rusty Wallace on a cruise ship, and we'll also update you on the latest Power War.
Hi, I'm Rusty Wallace, coming to you from on board the beautiful new Dreamward out here in the middle of the Caribbean. Later on Inside Winston Cup, we'll talk about the cruise and talk about my chances next year in the new Ford Thunderbird.
We'll continue our conversation with car owner and driver Jeff Bodine. He's got a big month of February ahead, 2 cars in Daytona and 2 bobsleds heading for the Winter Olympics in Lillehammer.
The headline item heading into the '94 season, tires. The return of Hoosier has everyone in Winston Cup Racing talking. Some of the things they're saying aren't too pleasant.
Inside Winston Cup Racing is brought to you by cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft and Miller Genuine Draft Light, taking the country by storm. And by Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car.
Last week on this program, Jeff Bodine talked about the challenges of being a car owner and a driver in NASCAR Winston Cup Racing. When he heads to Daytona this year in preparation for the Daytona 500, he'll not only be thinking about his race car, he'll also be thinking about another team that is in preparation to win the big one.
This segment of Inside Winston Cup Racing brought to you by Texaco Haviland Formula 3. Add more life to your car.
The United States hasn't won an Olympic gold medal in the bobsled since 1948, and the U.S. hasn't won any medal in the bobsled since bringing home the bronze in 1956. But there are high hopes to improve that mark later this month in Lillehammer, Norway. With the help of veteran Winston Cup driver Jeff Bodine and technical support from IBM, the Americans have a homemade sled with a solid shot at a medal-winning performance.
I'm nervous. I'm as nervous about the bobsled, about the Olympics, as I am about the Daytona 500. I really am. Probably a little bit more nervous because I don't have a lot of control over that bobsled right now. You know, we got the project going. We built these bobsleds for our guys. Now it's up to them to go over there and do what they can with them. Going to Daytona, you know, I'm going to be sitting behind the steering wheel, so I have a little more control over that and a little more comfortable with that. But we're proud of the bobsled project, how it started, where it's come, and where it's going to go. It's been really a lot of fun, very self-satisfying to have put all this together and made it work. Supply our Olympic athletes, guys that go over there and represent the United States of America with equipment to compete in the Olympics. It really has been neat.
Bodine went to race car builders Chassis Dynamics in Oxford, Connecticut, to design and refine a bobsled that would give the Americans a challenging chance at bringing home a medal. Not just one bobsled, but 6 sleds were constructed to carry the Americans into competition in both the 2-man and 4-man events. Meanwhile, Jeff was pretty busy with some racing of his own, assuming his new role as car owner. But while Bodine was focusing on his car, most people wanted to talk about his bobsled.
That's all people want to hear about is how's the bobsled doing. They want to see the bobsled. It's been overwhelming, the support, the interest that race fans, the American public, corporate America has shown toward this project. We're really proud to have generated all of that interest, that support. It just overwhelms me when I think about it.
From the beginning, the Americans were not only racing the competition, but racing the clock. Instead of years of preparation, the new American sled was being raced into battle in a matter of months, thanks to modern-day computer technology.
IBM always talks about the IBM solution. In this situation, our real problem was time. We're trying to do a 4 or 6 year program in a year and a half. Their solution was to allow us to do everything that we do faster, and with the data acquisition, we learn what we need to learn faster. With the speed of their computers, we make our calculations faster. All this took a tremendous amount of time out of our program and allowed us to do the program in a year and a half.
In October, the sleds went to Norway for runoff competition against 5 other American entries. The 2-man sled set an unofficial track record, and while the 4-man bobsled finished second after 3 days of racing, the outlook for the Olympics is optimistic.
Well, the two-man has demonstrated itself in the competition here and has proved itself really a superior sled, and we're very excited about its prospects on the World Cup circuit. The four-man concept, you have to understand, wasn't even dreamed of until July of this year, just a few short months ago, and it still has some time that has to be developed through experimentation and testing, and we're hoping to continue with that on the World Cup circuit this year.
The 2- and 4-man Bodine bobsleds have qualified for the Olympics. Now the biggest hurdle is just ahead, trying to bring home the first USA Olympic bobsled medal in nearly 4 decades.
Well, we're working 7 days a week on this project, and we are getting paid, but no amount of money could pay for that number of hours. None of us are athletes. We would like to feel a part of the Olympics. The only way we're going to do that is through technology. If one of our athletes is on the podium with a gold medal, we're going to be really choked up. We're not doing this for money, we're doing this for the gold.
When that first bobsled goes down to run in Lillehammer, that first American-made bobsled, I'm going to be so satisfied within that I'll probably explode. If they win or lose, I can't control that. We think we've given them a good enough piece of equipment, the bobsled, for them to win in. We know the athletes are good enough to win with, so hopefully they'll have good results.
We certainly want to wish the bobsled team and all the American athletes good luck in Norway. Recently, Rusty Wallace went on a cruise, and he was having a good time, but he also was still thinking about his race car. We'll talk